Christ. It would be earlier. According to new paper we have, it was about 1650 or 1630 before Christ. Again, what you will be seeing, we're almost 1,000 feet above the sea. It seems that we made it. Yes, we eventually having lunch there. It looks so beautiful. And then of course the active volcano, quite impressive in the middle of it. You see the ship has moved a little bit now, and it came closer to the old port, where now I guess those who have no tour will disembark. We'll start disembarking and heading to the old port of the island, the old port of Fira, the one which is the one you will use for your embarkation. If you take a look to your left now, down below us, but next to us, what we have is an old mine of cobblestone. Piercing of the Suez Canal, I'm talking about the 1860s now, and later on for the one of the Corinth Canal in Greece. It's been expanded in the 1970s, and the reason was very nice contrast of course to white, and it is the color of the sky and the sea. Germany would be orange, yellow and black, and the US white and red. It makes no sense, of course. It is only because it looks nice on the islands. The blue and the white, you will not see a lot of them. They issued a law in the early 20th century. If any other village on the island has, like in summer, parties in the rest of the Mediterranean, what kind of ritual ceremonies they had, and more about them. So only the frescoes on their own, they are a huge way destroyed by the eruption. People would build beautiful cave houses on the cliff. You will be admiring and probably enjoying as you will go for a walk in the town, because the cave houses are nice to see. They look so beautiful. And that. Our suggestion concerning your staying in this little town is to go for a walk. You may walk down this way, and you may walk all the way to the very end of the village. It will not take you more than 15 minutes. Of course, that's at continuous pace.
Pierogi. What's this?
No, mi ricordi? Era difficile vedere, guarda che ce n'è una lì sopra. La vedi? Oh, that? Yeah. No. Okay. You want to go on? No.
Same goes for
Gorąco, nie?
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
It appeared in the Middle Ages, like in the early 13th century. It appeared always together with Fira, being always the official, and even back in those days in the... So here is Fira, here's the capital. And actually here is where we will be driving back and of course ending transport later in the day. What we call the Ascension of Virgin Mary. Then again, in art, we also use the term Dormition of Virgin Mary. In fact, we celebrate in the Greek Orthodox Church on the 15th of August. So what you see as an iconography there, the bottom surface, the last first surface on your right is original. It dates from the 11th century, in fact. And most of the iconography is missing. And this is because of a big fire in the 1920s that burned down the building, and they plastered and covered the old iconography ever since. Pillars that you see around. And of course, since you have been, I guess, at other ports of call in Greece and visited maybe what we call, it is what we call reversed loaf of bread. Because the Doric order is pretty much this simplicity of a loaf of bread that you turn over, and this is what you see dating a repeat from the 7th century. Then if you look back to the left of the three Greek orders of building of ancient Greek temples, obviously these pieces come from temples that were up in ancient Fira, pieces of marble pillars, and get them here and use them in the church, for the construction of the church. I would say likely in a way, because if you look now and come closer to any of the things in the monument, you're okay. If then again by the eye, you leave the church, you make it left before the door we walk in, and you turn to look up from the doorway to see part of the iconography where I told you earlier, we have still the damage, but still the authentic iconography of the emperor, who is the founder, therefore the owner also of the church. And actually in the very beginning of beach of Kamari. One of Panagia Episkopi, where we're earlier in the church. And also the view over here, which is also a little base. And that's why from the top it was almost like as if no room, which is not the case. The great events are being brewed here on a regular basis. The reason is to grow low is the wind. So what the local farmers have been always doing is a lot like a nest of birds or a basket. If you would say air that falls at night, mostly white wine here, we produce mostly white wine because the local variety is a white variety called Athinios. It is not the only variety, but it is the dominant variety, where about 70% of the total. And when the Lagiano for bread, you can age it for only 3, which is still okay. I mean, it's still a good Pinsanto. But if you age it, gets sweeter, it gets thicker, it's better. The name of the wine is interesting. Actually, it's an Italian name, Pinsanto. It means, in Italian, it comes from the words Vino da Santorini, then Vino Santo, and then, of course, abbreviated, it turned to Pinsanto. This is because during the medieval period, when the island was under Venetian occupation, another theory about the name says that the name Pinsanto means Vino Santo, which in Italian means saint wine, holy wine, because it was, and it is still, the one of the Holy Communion of the island of the Greek Orthodox Church. The one is right before us. Here we will probably need about half hour. In between the first and the second and the last, it may be less organized. There are not so many. There are still many beach bars and all that, but it is not like Paris or like the center of Kamari beach. Big black sand. See the beach ends at that part that you see, where you see the last crevice. Then you see this real beach there, but it comes all the way to very close to the mountain. It's a couple of miles from a distance.
That's this little note.
You know what? What time do we get hospital? Not here.
Tak powiedziałem.
Zijn er een paar of ezels? Ezels. Niet van de knop, hè? Kijk, hij is op dood.
Well, it's quite a... Probably better than here. There's the donkey.
I did the donkeys a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good walk. It's not that far, but...
Oh, my ears are popping.
So,
There they are. Those are the donkeys.
donkeys now.
Wow. Yeah, I guess you can walk that. Oh, well.
That's the donkey
Yeah.
central.
It's a whole terminal.
Oh,
I like the way you say that.
yes, I do. That's how cruise works.
I don't like it. I'm going to want to do it. So why don't you go back and I'll talk to her out. It works for me. I said, once you come back to the